Hi, I'm Xenowave, and today I'm going to show you how I made this sound. Okay, so the main concept behind this sound is taking some waveform and splitting it up into groups of partials and detuning and phasing those groups of partials as needed to get a certain timbre. I think that's the simplest way I could describe it. Well, there's probably simpler ways, but that's the idea. So, in the unison section, we have a unison order of 9. Unison for oscillators only turned on. I have panning at 100 and unison volume at 50%. That's just optional. Really, all we need is the unison order. And I have the unison phase at default, which is 13%. So, okay, I have a square wave. So what I did here was, let's just copy this. What I did here was get a square wave, convert it to sine harmonics, and I took out an arbitrary amount of partials. And I just kept the pattern going. And for every operator, I set the phase to whatever I wanted. And for the pitches unison index mapping, I just set the curve as whatever as well. And I had the pitch envelope set to 43 cents, which is like a really, 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 really small number. So I did the same thing for the phase of the unison index mapping of the phase for every operator as well, because this is how the sound works. The idea is each operator phase cancels with itself and also with other operators, which generates that sort of, I don't know, additive phase cancellation. And this was actually to replicate what happens in Harmor when you do harmonic unison pitch in this window, and you just kind of draw in whatever. Because I believe that's what's happening. You change the unison pitch of whatever partial you're at. So, like this, whatever partial is at over here has more unison than what's over here, for example. And this is the whole. I also wish there was a better visualization for this, but this is basically how I. Wrong thing. This is basically how I see it. For one, Citrus has 256 partials. Harmor has 512, if I recall correctly. But the concept is this, where this lower section has more unison, detune, and let's see, we go down here. This would have less unison, to have more, and then less, more. Yeah, I'm going to let these partials represent how much unison pitch each partial has, and then this has less, and that's the idea. But it's not that obvious with Citrus. And yeah, I just wanted to replicate this sound in Citrus. Use an order of 9. Panning doesn't quite matter. Phase does matter. I have my phase set to 23%, and I have pitch thickness set at 97%. Bring it down. Bring it down to all aligned. So yeah, and then I distort with this thing. Yeah, log and everything else is defaulted, and that's that hardware patch. So yeah, I basically went for that in over here. Got a different timbre, but I think the movement is actually very reminiscent of that hardware patch. So I think it's a successful mission. But yeah, so I repeat this process for each group of partials. Once again, I take that. Well, here's what I did exactly. Actually, I took this. I copied these partials. I made a another square wave, converted sine harmonics, pasted and subtracted. So I got rid of exactly these harmonics and this operator, and I just subtracted. I just took off whatever else to get my second group of partials, and I kept that pattern going. And I did just different distribution curves for pitch unison index mapping and phase unison index mapping, and I can go crazier with the pitch envelope because we already have the fundamental covered, and that's the most important frequency of any sound, right? So I figured the more we detune the higher partials, the more, I guess, detail or movement we'll get within the sound. So I went for that. And again, arbitrary phase. And yeah, I just repeat this process over and over again. So let's see, in operator 3, I do the same thing. I copied this over, converted sine harmonics, subtracted that, and just got the next group of partials like that. Kept it going. Again, same thing with phase using index mapping and pitch using index mapping. Arbitrary phase. I have this pitch envelope set to 23 cents. Doesn't quite matter. I could make this more intense if I wanted. And same thing. I have this pitch envelope set to 118 cents. Arbitrary phase, 76%. And then I do the same thing until I hit the end of the oscillator tab. Here's the pitch curve. Here's the phase curve. I have phase at 50%. Again, just totally random settings at this point. And I have 214 cents for this set of partials for the pitch envelope. And operator 6 is just a sub going up. I had this on. Why did I have you on? Oh. Do you matter? Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. So operator 6 is to kind of wreak havoc. I'm taking a bunch of sine waves and mushing them together at different frequencies so that there's movement within the sound. Because without it, we don't get the re-sing effect. Because yes, these are all being detuned, but the real movement comes from the phase cancellation at the lowest frequency. And with all these sine waves, I have 9 sine waves at different pitches because of these 9 voices. And yeah, they're just going crazy. So those are sine waves by themselves. And then over in filter 1, I have a band stop on high quality, flat, and triple mode. I automate the cutoff. I have the resonance set to 100, and I have distortion on. I route to the next. Same thing. Band stop is on high quality, triple mode. Automate the cutoff, and resonance is at some arbitrarily high amount. This time it's at 91%. I just have my distortion set the same way. And I serialize that into filter 3, which is another band stop. This is on high quality flat triple mode. Cutoff is being automated and 100% resonance. No distortion on this one. There's plenty of distortion by this point, but you can add it if you want. And for the effects, I have chorus order of 9, chorus depth of 87%, chorus speed of 85%, chorus delay of 6%, chorus spread of 100%, chorus gloss is 100%, and chorus volume is 100%. You can add delay as needed, and add some more spread to your newer bass. It can go a little more crazy. Yeah. And that's the sound. That's really the whole concept behind the sound. You want all these partials to be detuning, and then you take these sine waves and detune them with each other and distort all of those operators together, and you'll get your sound. Yeah, that's what it sounds like if you take out the distortion. The distortion is the final piece of the puzzle. It's just so cool. And then I have operator 6 going out for reinforcement, because the distortion kind of ruins the how can I say it? It just ruins the low end of the sound. So having it like this, it helps. If you don't like that, you can just add in a separate sub if you want to use it in the song. Yeah, and it sounds really cool with pitch slides going like really high. So on and so forth. But yeah, that's the sound. And if you have any questions, let me know. And have an awesome day.